I'm Achievement Coach Greg Kilgore. I'm here today with Dragon Slayer Kirk McDow. We are the founders and the owners of The Challenge Call. You can find out more about The Challenge Call at thechallengecall.com. I wanted to check in with Kirk today because he's got some exciting things going on. He's got a seminar coming up. What can you tell us about the seminar that's going to be happening here soon, Kirk?
Yeah, this is something I'm really excited about. One of my clients, Louis Brantmeyer, is the founder of Austin Life Empowered, which is a workshop series. And they've been putting on these awesome workshops, I think about one a month every 6 weeks. And I think this is number 5. I was at number 2, and now I'm getting a chance to lead at number 5. I've got a 45-minute segment, and there's 5 or 6 of us. And the theme this time is relationships, love, and romance. And so I'm doing a 45-minute workshop, which is entitled "The Secret to Hope, The Secret to Love and Happiness." ... Really. I know nobody believes me, but I've got a full 45 minutes, so we'll get through that in a few minutes. I'm going to throw in the secret to romance, just to fill in the extra time. So that's let me just throw in a quick plug for that, because I promised I would. This is this Sunday, the 5th, November 5th, 2017. Just make sure we're all in the same year. Guan Yin Tea Room in Austin, Central Austin, right off of 35. So Guan Yin, sorry, oh my gosh, Guan Yin Tea Room. Yeah, so that's very exciting. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready to roll. We're ready to have some fun and talk about some fun and some love and romance and all that happiness.
Awesome. So I understand that you're also authoring a book that's going to be a companion piece to this 45-minute conversation about love and happiness. So what can you tell us about the book?
Yeah, so it's my first book. I'm really excited about it. I'm about halfway through it. It'll be done in a few days. I hope to have it done the day of, but it'll be real close if it's not finished the day of. But it'll be a digital book at first. There'll be a print option soon. But for the workshop, what I have in mind is a book. And I know it sounds funny, but I really do have the secret to love and happiness. I really can't wait to share it. And in the book, it's just going to be, the workshop in writing with a lot more depth, because 45 minutes really isn't that much time. We'll really just cover some of the book at the workshop.
But also, the secret, though, right?
Get this, the secrets are right up front, easy access, no problem, no tease, it's all right there. And then I'll actually have video components for each chapter of me just discussing the chapter. So just in case anybody finds it valuable, which it's my intention that they do, but if they do, and there'll be more in-depth conversations about it and so forth and so on. So I'm very excited about that as well.
Very cool. So my theme for today was, 3 compelling questions for Dragon Slayer Kirk McDow about his upcoming presentation workshop, about his book, and then I'm going to spare you the 3rd question being, so what's the secret? I'm going to, because obviously you want to do that reveal later. That's the point. But I'll put it this way. What is one inspirational recommendation you'd make to a guy or a gal out here in the world where we want to start practicing love and happiness today? What
to tell you what, I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna do something a little different than I said a minute ago. So I'm gonna change gears on you a little bit. But so I'm gonna do a fun one. And this is actually the secret to romance. So this is the secret to romance.
Okay.
So women often have this complaint that their men are not romantic. Is kind of what I've heard around town.
I've never heard that one, but I'm sure there are guys that are dealing with that. So please continue.
Just in case it applies to anyone else. And then men are often kind of like not really clear what's being asked for, and they try a few things and it doesn't go well, and anyway, I find that's pretty common. So I actually have like an easy access to having romance be abundant in the relationship. It's super easy and super fun. So here it is. So it's in the format of a game. So the game sounds a little weird in this context, but just roll with me for a minute. So the couple creates a game, and the game is called there's 3 things that women want in a relationship. And there's 1 thing that men want in a relationship. I'll get to the 1 thing that men want in a minute.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So here's how you play the game. There's 3 things that women want, and here are the 3 things. Women want to be cherished. Women want to and cherish, just whatever that looks like for her, however that feels for her.
Right.
Women want to be cherished. Women want to be safe, right? In all the ways that you want to be safe, financially, physically, emotionally, safe. And then women want to have fun. So it's my experience that if a man can provide for his woman the experience of being cherished, being safe, having fun, really hard to mess that up. You got to really bring it to mess that up. Like you got a lot of room, and he's happy.
And being a guy's guy, I can certainly cop to the fact that I can only really hold on to just about trying to do 3 things all at once anyway. So I'm glad it's just 3.
It's good. It's good. It's like 3. Yeah, 3's probably a lot.
I can manage that. I can manage cherishing, having fun, and safety. Just those 3. I can get away with that.
And they're all kind of in the same zone, Anyway, and then periodically, and then there's the 1 thing that men want. So what men want is men want to be supported in their endeavors.
Not what I thought where it would be going.
I know. So men want to be supported in their endeavors. Men are, whether that's career or family or some kind of art or just whatever it is, right? Multiple things maybe. And then if a woman is not helpful, supportive, interested is good, supportive is good, helpful not good, advicey, lots of tips and advice, not good. Just interested and generally
telling me how to do it, not so much.
Yeah, not so much how. Just like, hey, how's it going? Wow, that's amazing. Always think the best. Something happened. Don't be the one that like, oh well, did something go wrong? No. Just like, oh, I'm sure that worked out great. I'm sure you handled that. I'm sure you're awesome. Like lots of confidence.
Be my date to the company party, right? Or when I want to celebrate the big deal, celebrate it with
in whatever way that works, right? So that's going to be different for every couple and whatever, right?
Right.
But if so that's what the game looks like. Here's how you play.
Okay.
Periodically, the man goes up to the woman and says, "Hey, do you feel cherished?"
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they say yes, awesome, keep rolling, right? If they say no,
I have to ask her.
Absolutely. This is the playing of the game. See, there's actually a verb kind of vibe there, right? So there's the playing. So hey, are you feeling cherished? Now, if the answer is no, a couple of things are super critical here, right? First of all, be gracious. Don't react. Don't get upset. Everything's fine. This is what playing the game looks like, right? Sometimes you get yeses, sometimes you get no's. It's all groovy, right? But if you get a no, just simply be interested in what it would take to make it a yes, right? Not rocket science. So, and then you get it worked out, gracious. Now, if you're the woman, you also want to be super gracious and just notice that your man is asking and is interested if you're feeling cherished. You want to just take that as a win, whatever the answer is, take the whole exchange as a win, right? And make it easy for him to get it, not feel all beat. You don't need to beat him up. Just, just as simply and gently as you can, let him know what's up and what you'd like, right? And then good. And then, don't have it be a thing, just roll through it, right? And then the next one's safe and having fun, right? And just, everybody just be super gracious with each other. We're all, working on something new here. And then the woman asks the man, hey, do you feel supported in your endeavors? Now, it's important that both parties answer truthfully. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you lie about feeling supported and you don't, what you're going to get is more of what you just said you liked. Right. Don't do that, right? Be truthful.
Like, look, I'm not feeling particularly cherished today, but I think if you did this, I might feel cherished today. You know,
Whatever you're
just straight up.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So here's what I've noticed. Everybody that I've told this to has come back to me at some point and just reported unbelievable results. Like so easy, so fun, so awesome. Now, it tends to go out of existence after a while. Like I'll check in a year later, they're not doing it anymore, which, you know, that's kind of how human beings roll.
Okay.
But if you practice it, I mean, just, you know, once a week or so, just feel it out. You know, if you're always getting yeses and you're always grooving, then, you know, maybe you got that little game, you know. But if you're stumbling across no's every now and then, you know, that, you know, there you go. It gives the couple an opportunity to reset to cherished, safe, fun, and supported. And really, everything gets on everybody, really, at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
You can't really be supportive and not receive support at the same time. So it's all beautiful. One other key thing about this, I know you're being very gracious.
That's great.
One key thing about this is keep in mind for the woman, this is to the woman, you're now supporting your man in his endeavors. Guess what? This game is now one of his endeavors. Woohoo! You're not now begging for anything. You're not fighting to be heard. You're lovingly supporting him in his endeavor to have you be cherished, safe, and having fun. I mean, you know, it doesn't get any better than that. And by the way, if you want a big house or, you know, travel around the world, try to get that to be his game, right? And then you're off to the races, right? So it takes out the power dynamic. It gives you a home to return to as a couple. It really does a lot of nice things, and is absolutely a beautiful access to roommates, the experience of roommates.
Really paints an amazing picture there. Thanks. Yeah, that's great.
Yep. So that's just the bonus we're throwing in, because 45 minutes, I mean, we can take care of love and happiness. You know, we don't need 45 minutes from that, you know. So that's just the bonus. I love saying that. Thank you.
So you know, I'm the guy in the relationship, and I want to check in, you know, on a regular basis on my 3 game plays. And, you know, the woman in the relationship wants to get with her guy as often as possible and check in, you know.
It doesn't have to be obnoxious. It doesn't have to be daily, you know, like, you know, but it doesn't have to be like up here all the time. But just, you know, especially if you feel something's off, you know, I mean, you know how it was last week and you know how it is today, and you can tell the difference. You feeling me?
Yeah.
It's kind of my experience. Relationships have
the
kind
conversation and hear what there is to be said. Yeah.
So you know, it's a way to return to something, like an intimacy, an agreement, a partnership, a game that, you know, something you're doing together, and something that's beautiful and loving, you know.
So I love the way you described I'm a player in a game, right? And in this case, let's say with my life partner, Terry, I'm a player in a game. And there's a great conversation I would like to add to this conversation and be a contribution to that. Is that cool?
Let's do it.
Great,
awesome. Absolutely.
So there's a lot to it, but I'm just gonna pull out like the golden nugget of this conversation for me. You know,
Perfect.
There's this conversation called finite games and infinite games. And I've been playing with this for about 20 years, and I love it. And so whenever somebody gets into a gameplay scenario like you're recommending, you know, when you described, you know, that I'm a player in a game and a way for me to be about whatever I've got coming at me from the other player is I can be gracious about it, and I can choose to be really great listening for how it's happening for the other person. I would say that an ideal way to take on this game, sort of the bigger context, would be to say you want the game to be an infinite game. And that golden nugget, the fundamental feature of the infinite game, is that you're playing a game that you don't want ever to end. Like so many games are finite games, right? I win, you lose, next game. Bang, you know, that's not this game. This game is, how do I play this game where every move I make, every time I check in with you, every time you check in with me, what we're out to do is have this game go on forever. and be an infinite game. So just that as soon as you were describing that, I saw like, this is the difference between the every day I got to win it, I got to hit it, I got to move on, finite games you play all day long. That's not how you want to play with your partner. You want to play the infinite game. You want it to last forever. And there's a lot more there that you could play with that finite versus infinite game conversation. But that's the golden nugget of it. That's if you can strive for, what if I can play this with her, or she could play it with me, that it just won't end. And that's the move that I want to make in this conversation. How can you lose?
Yeah.
Kirk, thank you so much for sharing about the upcoming event in Austin and about your book. You know, I love this conversation about, you know, what I could go out and do tonight to start playing a game, you know, with my life partner, or anybody can, you know, with their significant other. What a great conversation today. Anything you want to add or leave us with?
At the risk of being just super obnoxious, I'd like to just throw out my website.
Please. You got the new landing page. Yeah, please do it.
So dragonslayercoach.com, dragonslayercoach.com. Just
great.
Down all one word. What you'll find there is about a 1.5 minute video, which is kind of markety, but really just kind of creates what the challenge call is. And the challenge call is a 30-minute conversation in which I promise a new future is going to get created. You're going to get unstuck in something that's important to you, and you're going to actually have a way forward, like a pathway forward. We get it done in 30 minutes. It's my gift. It's my way of introducing myself to folks, right? So if you go to dragonslayercoach.com, you'll see this quick video, which you can just ignore if you want, and then you can click to get right on my calendar, set up your free challenge call. The times are available, the times that I'm available, and if you set yourself up there, I will call you at that time. It's like magic. And it'll actually be me. It'll be awesome and fun, and you know, they're really awesome. So, and I'd love to maybe just throw that link down here, however we get this video produced. That'd be fun.
Great. Yeah. Well, and you know, if we're doing shameless plugs, you know, as co-founders of the Challenge Call, I also offer a challenge call, and you can find me at yourgreatnesscoach.com. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. We will throw some links in wherever we share this video, and I hope you found it insightful and inspiring. And both Kirk and I hope you are on your way to love and happiness.
If you're in Austin, I'd love to see you on the 5th. Come and say hi to me. Anyway, great.
Right on.
Oh, and we'll throw that link down there too. I've got some swipe copy. Anyway, bye-bye.
Smart stuff. Thanks, man. Bye.
Go.